Welcome to our first Metrofone vlog. Okay, here's Sophia. Hello, Sophia. There's Mum, and there is Monty. Have his belly. Okay, ignore them. They are unimportant. They do not matter to our topic today. I'm going to slam that door a little bit harder next time. And here we're here to talk about the new Samsung S7. This is about the most excited you'll ever see me. I cannot wait. So, here's how this little thing's gonna go. I'm gonna try and set this bad boy up. Okay, I think we're good. Alright, so, here's how this is gonna work. I'm gonna briefly list the specs and what it's got. Then I'm gonna talk a little bit more in depth about them. Then I'm gonna compare this to the S6 and some other models. Then I think we're gonna be done. So, specs. I'll give you what I'll consider the most important things to know. It's got a 64-bit octa-core processor with 4 gigs of RAM, if I'm correct, which is pretty crazy. That's pretty darn crazy. That's more powerful than the laptop. I've got my own personal laptop. So, there you go. I'll probably be making the jump to a phone. That's kind of sad, isn't it? When a phone beats your big old laptop, but you know, it is what it is. Then it's got a 12 megapixel camera, and you may think that's a downgrade because the S6 had a 16 megapixel camera, but it's been optimized so much, like crazy, and I'll talk more about that in a sec. And what else? The battery is crazy, 3000 milliamp, up from a 2400 milliamp, so they've added pretty much an extra quarter worth of battery time on it. It's pretty good, it's pretty darn good. It's waterproof and it's dust proof, and I think that's all we need to know. So let's talk more in depth about it. So let's talk about the processor. Now, in terms of its processing power, it's crazy, as I said, and they've put a proper focus on gaming for this one. Like, this phone is supposed to be like the ultimate gaming phone when it comes out, because it's not a Sony phone or like a Microsoft phone, so I doubt you'll be able to play Xbox or the PS4 games on it. But what they've done is they've added this special crazy like phone, like gaming sandbox place, and oh my goodness, it's like you can put any of your games into this special area, and then you can optimize them as much as you want. So you can choose things like reducing the frame rate so you can make it consume power less. So if you're playing a really heavyweight game like on the phone, like Hearthstone, which we play a lot on this channel, check out our videos up there, Fallout Shelter, or any other big super game, if you're getting tired of the enormous battery consumption, then you can reduce that. That's really good. That's quite game changing, actually, to be perfectly honest. No pun intended. In game and stuff, almost forgot to say this, you can choose things like disable notifications so nothing comes up, and you can record, you can screen record your own games, which is really useful for us because it means that we won't have to do some crazy spectatorship with when we're playing games on like other PCs. Well, only when we review the S7, so I won't get my hopes up there, but that's pretty great. So if you're an avid gamer and you want to make your own YouTube gaming channel, and just get yourself an S7 and you'll be able to edit your video on it, because it's crazy, it'll probably render anything, and you can play your games on it, record your audio commentary on it, and there you are, it's YouTube in a phone. Welcome to YouTube Start. And that's pretty great. So the camera, like I said, it's 12 megapixels. Don't let that get you down, because there are some phones out there. For example, the Sony Z5 has a 20 megapixel camera, and you may think, I want to take really good photos, I'm going to go and buy that Sony Z5 because it must be better. That's not necessarily true, because it's being crazily optimized to the point where it's going to give you better photos than the S6 did with a 16 megapixel camera, because reducing the image size, for those of you who know, those tech buffs of you, just skip ahead because I'm just going to say things you know better than me. But for those of you who don't know, by reducing the image size, it means that you know, you can take photos faster, and because they've been optimized, it lets in about 50% more light, I think, than the S6 does. So it's going to be better image quality with less megapixels, and that's great. And that means you're going to be able to take photos faster, upload them faster, and just do lots of stuff faster. It takes 4K and stuff and all that business, of course, so wouldn't expect any less from Samsung. That's pretty darn great. So bear in mind, if you're looking for a phone that's going to take good pictures, then don't push the S7 out of your perspective. Allow it to stay. Give it a chance. What else do we need to talk about? The battery. Battery is, it's crazy. Like I said, it's got a quarter more battery life than the S6 does, but not only that, it's been so optimized because, you know, like for example, the gaming, you know what I mean? You can extend your battery life by customizing your experience on it. and I think that's a pretty great idea, to be honest. It means that, so not only does it have this huge battery, but you can make it last even longer. I think I read somewhere online that with just 10 minutes of charge, plugging it in for 10 minutes, you can watch 2 hours of HD video. I'm sold, to be perfectly honest. That's pretty good. That's probably underestimating it, actually, understating it there. But yeah, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. It's got wireless charging as well. That hasn't really taken off in the market because people would rather just, you know, plug it in. It's easy. You know, because buying these wireless charging plates can be a bit expensive. But hey, if you're into that, I won't blame you. You know what I mean? Just plunk it there. Have one implanted in your settee. Put it there on the side. Bam. There you go. That's not what this is about. Waterproof and dustproof. This is pretty good. This is probably the I want to say the biggest feature added in comparison to the S6, but that's not necessarily true because you know, it's been so well optimized and performance has gone super crazy. But yeah, like, because the S6 wasn't waterproof, the S5 was, and the S5 Neo is, but S6 wasn't. So now adding this waterproof feature on it makes it, you know, that's probably the biggest difference you're going to see. And I say that because the S6 is so brilliant. It's just we've never ever had an issue with it, and we've been using it since they came out. And that the S7, you know what I mean, all with all its, you know, performance upgrades and stuff, you know what I mean, it's going to be better. It's going to be a much better experience. But you know, it's like, you know, if S6 is 10 out of 10, it's like going 11 out of 10. It's like you don't even need to go there. But so that's why I say waterproof is, you know, one of the newest features we're going to see. And that's pretty good, so you can live your dreams of, you know, bathing with your phone or swimming in a canal with your phone strapped to your ankle. You can do that if you so desired, and that's pretty good. Dustproof, so if you are, camera's fallen. So if by any chance you are in a desert, you can just throw your phone about and there you are, done. Easy. Desert users out there, I'd recommend the S7. So let's compare it to the S6 a little bit more in depth. I know I've done that a little bit already, but to be more in depth. Now, in terms of the power and processing and all that stuff, yeah, there's not going to be a whole lot of difference. I think the biggest difference we're going to see is within this gaming customization app. So it's like, I think the gaming performance is going to be largely, it's going to largely stay the same, but what's going to happen is you're going to see benefits elsewhere in the device, like the battery, because you can customize it, and you're going to be able to screen record as well. So it's still going to have the same amazing performance you have in the S6, just, you know, it's going to actually benefit you elsewhere. So that's pretty good. So the upgrade there really is for elsewhere, other features on the device, rather than the performance itself, actually. Camera comparison to the S6, I've pretty much said everything I need to say on that. Yeah, it's just been so much better optimized, really, than the S6. S6 has got a brilliant camera, but you know, this is just going to be even better. And when I talk about optimization, you got to bear in mind that some people don't like the sound of that for whatever reason. Say, oh no, optimized or whatever, it's just a way to sell you the phone. To give you an example of really good optimization, the iPhone 6s has a dual core processor. Now that is quite awful, if I'm perfectly honest. And so you think octa-core in the S6, dual core in the iPhone. Of course, S6 is going to be better. That's not necessarily true, because Apple are probably the best company out there for optimization. They make everything run just so smoothly that they can, you know, they could probably throw in, I don't know, they could have their power, their processing power come from a small ant in there on a treadmill. It'd probably still work as well because it's so well optimized. But that said, the S6 is probably still better for power and performance. But the point is that optimization can go a long way. So, are you excited? Because I'm excited. I cannot wait for this bad boy to come out, of course. The moment we get our hands on it, which should be relatively soon, we'll talk about it. We'll do the review. If there's any phone specifically that you'd like us to review, let us know, because there's a probably 99.47% chance that we can get that phone that you want to know so much about. We can do a review on it and then let you know. If there's anything specifically about phones you'd like us to review as well, if you want to know which phone fits best into a 25-gram bag of rice or stuff like that, do let us know, and we'll do reviews about that. You know, which phone is best to play ping pong with, which phone is best to balance on a strange chair, like see that chair there? Yeah, which phone is best to balance on that specific chair there, or just anything like that. So thank you. This was Metrofone vlog #1. We'll do more of these, and they'll be a little bit different each time, but I hope I've given you a little bit of insight, and I guess I'll see you soon.